planning on doing is we're going to be watching the film 13th. We're going to have a few discussions and activities based around the events laid out in the movie, and we're going to kind of just try and facilitate a dialogue around it.
We invite everyone to participate to the best they can, to be present and to contribute to the group dialogue. We will actively listen to others and create space for everyone to participate.
13th, the documentary, is basically explaining how the 13th Amendment in 1865 created this massive prison boom and the incarceration and criminalization of Black Americans and people of color in the United States.
The history of racism in this country is not something that I was taught growing up, and I feel like I need to understand the series of events that led to the current state of inequality.
I think that the 13th Amendment and the prison industrial complex is such a relevant system with so much historical context that it's just so interesting to really dig into that.
The more that I understand about the long history of racism and racist policies, the more I can see how similar things are repeated.
The event was broken up into different groups. It was broken up into the movie. The environment was really nice. The eclectic group of people was needed to see different opinions.
You know, the people that are here today are bringing their own knowledge and perspectives and experiences to bear to add even more pieces of that puzzle.
As a community event, there's so much knowledge that other people have around the history that I haven't experienced, that I don't know.
We watched about half the movie and then broke up into smaller groups to kind of parse out significant events in the abolition of slavery, the history of slavery, and kind of the history of racist policies after the fact.
The discussions need to be discussed. We're not in a generation where we're sweeping things under the rugs. We've got social media, we've got Snapchat, we have things that are exposing racism that is prevalent today as it was 50 years ago.
With the way that communication happens between people who disagree nowadays, it tends to be all about oversimplifying because that supports the easiest arguments. But the more ammunition we have, the more historical perspective and understanding of the complexity of it, and use history to make sure that we don't repeat it.
If we're not having these formats, we're not having these discussions, nothing is being done to change.
It's a chance to build community among people who are interested in learning these things and dismantling racist systems and working to build a more just world.
As a community, there's a lot more that we can do all together, combining all of our efforts together to create social change.